Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to you on Business Today Television. In our special series of Q1 earnings, we continue to cover performances that have the ability to change your portfolio's landscape should you have those stocks in your wealth creating portfolio. We will focus on the earnings of Eternal, better known as Zomato. It's the top traded counter on the National Stock Exchange today. About 4,291 crores worth of shares of Eternal have already changed hands, and it's just 11 a.m. The stock has hit a record high of about 311 rupees in early trade, now trading at about 293. This, ladies and gentlemen, has happened on the back of actually a 90% slide, a 90% fall in its first quarter profits to about 24 crore rupees, but sales have surged. This is a new commerce, quick commerce, food delivery app, and the reason why the stock is doing so immensely well despite the fall in net profit is because of its guidance. A couple of other things that I'd like to tell you is that Eternal, which is now a part of the Nifty, is India's 24th most valuable company by market capitalization. Somewhere like 2,95,000 crore rupees is the market capitalization. And very, very briefly, in early morning trade, it exceeded the market capitalization of another FMCG titan, which is jewelry maker Titan and Company. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is the story of how India's investing landscape is changing dramatically. Zomato was listed 4 years ago. Titan was listed 41 years ago. And given the fact that you have such a high demand for Zomato's food delivery app across the country, investors are enthused. Now let's come to the details that ConCall has come up with, and that's the reason why you see such a sharp uptick when it comes to the stock price despite the fall in net profit. Let me just show you point by point as to why there is so much of enthusiasm for Zomato today. As we all know, the driving engine in Zomato is not only the food delivery business but quick commerce company Blinkit. In the blink of an eye, ladies and gentlemen, Blinkit delivers basic provisions to your doorstep in a span of about 10-15 minutes. What Zomato has now told investors and shareholders at large is that they will be transitioning Blinkit's model from marketplace to inventory ownership. It essentially means that Blinkit will now buy most sold stuff at its place and then transport it to your home as and when you require it. This will improve margins and operational efficiency at Blinkit over the next 2 to 3 quarters. As also, Blinkit is expanding into new cities and will have about 3,000 dark stores, although the time frame of this expansion has not been cleared. Now coming to the food delivery business, yes, there are short-term hurdles because of increased competition and other various factors, but long term Zomato tells its shareholders that the food delivery business is likely to grow at a 20% potential, and at the moment the business is slightly muted because you are looking at customer acquisition and service quality. Now some other things that Blinkit has Zomato has told shareholders is as far as the GOV business is concerned. In Blinkit, it expects 100 BPS margin acquisition and improvement of efficiency as far as operations are concerned. And despite the change that is likely going to happen, the assortment and customer experience will remain consistent. What also Zomato has told shareholders is that some of the stores have reached 2.5% margin. Margin expansion at the moment is not uniform as new stores and investments are still carrying losses, but overall it says that Blinkit continues to focus on 10-minute delivery for differentiation, and there are no plans to pursue long-term delivery models or large basket convenience formats. So it's a quick and easy kind of a business as far as Blinkit is concerned, but it moves to keeping inventory rather than buying from the market immediately. So these are the 3 or 4 points that have come into Zomato. Now look at the chart as far as price action is concerned. What Zomato has shown shareholders is a 77% year-on-year growth over the last 3 years. So long-term shareholders of Zomato have been rewarded intensely. It has dramatically outperformed the Sensex, which has grown about 14% each year in the last 3 years, and forget about the NSE IT index that's appreciated only 8% a year over the last 3 years as its CAGR. Year to date, which is in calendar 2025, Zomato is up 7%. In the last 1 month period, it has handsomely outperformed the Nifty and the IT index, rising about 17%. 3 months, it's gained 27%. And of course, in the last 1 year, Zomato is up 36%. In all instances, whether it's year to date, 1 month, 3 months, 1 year or 3 year period, it's been listed very shortly, it has outperformed the Nifty and the BSE IT index. At the moment, the market capitalization is somewhere like 2,93,000 crore rupees. Today's closing value will be critical in deciding how the sequence of most valuable companies is in India, but for the moment it's at 24 within the Nifty 50. Let's hope it climbs into the top 20, and when it climbs into top 20, let me just tell you, it will be ahead of Titan, of Adani Enterprises, of Power Grid and of Wipro. So that's the rally, ladies and gentlemen, that Zomato has seen. Lots of enthusiasm coming into the counter because of the strong guidance that Zomato has shared with investors and shareholders, despite the fact that there's been a sharp decline in first quarter profit. Sales have surged dramatically to about what was the number that I was seeing, 7164 crores. This is a growth of somewhere like 70%, 7167 crores versus 4206 crores, and that was year on year, and over the quarter it's 7167 crores versus 5833 crores. There are other details in the con call as far as growth in existing gross value added is concerned, growth in new order businesses and all, but the key remains Blinkit, and Blinkit is something where they are investing heavily in terms of changing the underlying growth business and looking forward at margin expansion. This, ladies and gentlemen, was a wrap up on how Zomato and Eternal's Q1 earnings have shaped up and how it is rising dramatically in the ranks as far as market capitalization is concerned. Keep an eye out on this counter. So far, 295.2, 8.7% higher. Almost 4,400 crores worth of shares have changed hands. We are still at 11:08 a.m. Ideally, we will see a turnover of somewhere like 7,000, 8,000 crore rupees today. We will also look at how delivery has figured out in the evening, but the fact remains a record high on the stock at a time when earnings have slipped about 90%, but higher sales and higher guidance. That is what driving Eternal in the list of most valuable companies, and of course in the portfolios of those fortunate to have it. Thank you for watching. I'll be back at 2 p.m.
A leadership shake-up is rocking the tech world.